Ubuntu by Kat Stenquist from the University of Denver. South Africa is a diverse country in so many ways. The geography, the climate, and most of all, the people. The people of South Africa are ancient. Human beings originated out of the African continent. In fact, Australopithecines, one of the earliest hominid relatives, have been found in South Africa. Today, South Africa is home to 11 different languages. Xhosa is the predominant tribal clan in the Western Cape and the ethnic group that I spent the most time with while I was in South Africa. The Xhosa have a strong belief in Ubuntu, which roughly translates to humanness, and that humanity towards others is the thread that ties all of humanity together. I experienced Ubuntu through my interactions with the Xhosa people. The Xhosa suffered under apartheid, like many other of the black tribal clans. They were forced to relocate either to townships or lands that the apartheid government designated as their homelands. Economic opportunities were limited in these tribal homelands, which was the Eastern Cape, and many moved to the townships outside of Cape Town in search of economic opportunity. Nelson Mandela is easily the most famous of the Xhosa. He was the leading figure in the anti-apartheid movement and reunification of South Africa. Despite the tactics of apartheid to keep the political prisoners of Robben Island isolated, Ubuntu was alive in the cells in the courtyards of Robben Island. Through the tour of Robben Island, you understand that the prisoners here all supported one another and that the spirit of Ubuntu was clearly alive. They were in this fight together. Mandela is quoted saying, "In Africa, there is a concept known as Ubuntu, the profound sense that we are human, only through the humanity of others, that if we are to accomplish anything in this world, it will be in equal measure due to the work and achievement of others." As a Westerner, my feelings of walking into the townships, I felt like I was going to be sad about the overwhelming poverty and oppression that many South Africans still live in. And yes, there was poverty and the living conditions were sad, but I was not expecting to find joy and color and liveliness. The streets were filled with songs, laughter, and dancing. The South Africans, even if they weren't Xhosa, projected Ubuntu onto us. They welcomed us, taught us their traditions. Their homes became our homes. We became a family with those that we spent time with. And even when the times got tough on the trip, they brought us all together through song and laughter. A sense of community so rarely felt in the United States carried us onward. And I believe that this spirit of Ubuntu is what carried the South Africans, black, colored, Indian, forward through the hardships of apartheid. South Africans have a humor, spirit, and faith in God that keeps them moving forward. Apartheid, I feel, is still very present in Cape Town, and some that lived during apartheid say that it was better back then than it is now. With Ubuntu guiding them, the Xhosa and other South Africans are finding innovative ways to help develop their youth and create economic opportunities that foster growth and still maintain community. At the Community Center in Longa Township, a program is offered where you can learn how to throw, fire, and paint pottery. This pottery can then be sold for a profit at local markets. This gives people a profitable skill. Even after they complete the program, graduates of this program can still use the kiln at the community center free of charge to keep their business going. Africa Cocoon is an NGO in Mufuleni Township that provides a cradle-to-career approach to help develop students. They work with students from preschool and after-school enrichment programs and career development. Africa Cocoon provided programs for around 2,000 children and youth in the calendar year. They also have a health center and caseworkers to help the residents of Mufuleni with medical and other social needs. We all stopped and looked around at the world and recognized our need for others and embraced Ubuntu. What kind of world would we live in? As a social worker, I believe that Ubuntu captures the essence of what social work is all about.